It's your girl ShonGee in the building. Welcome to the Wine La Vie podcast with Keisha. I am your host, ladies and gentlemen. I am Keisha ShonGee Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. When I tell you we got a phenomenal show for you tonight, listen. Welcome. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I am on cloud 9. It is season 4 on the Wine La Vie podcast, baby. Listen, we got new episodes, new guests showing. Listen, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be dynamic, right? But listen, let's just go ahead and dive on into this thing tonight, baby. Listen, our featured wine for tonight, baby, is Sunshine Bliss Rosé Sweet Strawberry. Okay, when I tell you this wine right here is a Universal Wine Network from Livermore, California, baby. And when I tell you this wine right here is a great wine, baby, with natural flavoring. It was released in 2024. The bottle is like this, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you, it is going down. Okay, so this wine right here was released 2024. The smells that I'm smelling white grapes. I'm smelling strawberries. I'm smelling nectarines, baby. This is the sweet wine, okay? And I just love it because it's just so, it's so rosé-ish, okay? And I got my little wine charms on my glass, right? Listen, I am the dancing queen, right? So, this wine right here is 12% alcohol, okay? It's served chill. As you see, I am holding it by the stem and not by the base of the glass. The aging grapes is 3 years, baby. This wine right here is paired with Asian dishes, seafood, salmon sliders, and chicken, okay? It is also a delicious with dessert platters such as danishes, brownies, and muffins, honey. Hello, somebody, baby. Listen, y'all go keep me in the gym trying to taste this wine right here, baby. Honey, I done worked hard, done worked this body, yada, all the way together, baby. So I'm going to enjoy this little treat tonight, okay? Let me go ahead and taste this thing for you. Ooh. This thing good, baby. Listen. Since this is paired with an Asian dish, so as y'all know, I only partake in a little seafood, a little fish, but tonight, I'm all about my veggies, okay? So since it is paired with an Asian dish, okay, so I have, I don't want to drop nothing. Let me put this down before I drop that too. Okay, so I have some lo mein rice noodles, right? With fresh broccoli. I have onions. I have cabbage and also some sauteed spinach. Okay. Oh, it's so good. Oh, smells so good. I can't wait. Then also too, I paired it with I have homemade veggie spring roll and also a crab rangoon, okay, with a little bit of sweet and sour sauce for the savory flavor, okay? Your girl go enjoy that tonight, baby. So listen, when I tell you, honey, since it's season 4, say it with me, 4, okay? Season 4 at the Wine La Vie podcast. Baby, listen, I could not have done any of this without all of you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being loyal and watching the show week by week, baby. Listen, I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. And listen, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better, right? So, since it's season 4, okay, let me just tell you the significance of the number 4, okay? Number 4 represents and symbolizes it symbolizes instability, structure, and balance in physical and spiritual worlds, right? It represents the connection between the four elements: earth, air, fire, water, and the four cardinal directions, right? Which is north, south, east, and west, right? Embracing the energy of the number four, okay, fosters a sense of grounding, inner peace, and unity with the earth and its inhabitants. Okay. This number four, okay, is associated with the angelic guidance, hard work, dedication, responsibility, guiding towards a more fulfilling life. Okay. How many of y'all want a fulfilling life? I know I do. Okay. So it also serves as a reminder to build a strong foundation, establish routines, cultivate practically in daily life for spiritual growth, right? When your life is in harmony, right? How many of y'all want to be in harmony? I know I do, right? You feel more grounded and secure by implementing stable routines, practices. You can create a sense of predictability and structure, allowing you to feel more in control. Okay. So, with the number four, since this thing about structure and growth and your foundation, right? You have to be intentional, right? Let me tell you about being intentional, okay? To be intentional means to live with purpose and make deliberate choices that align your values and your goals. It involves making decisions based on what you truly value rather than acting impulsively, okay? Setting specific and measurable goals and establishing daily routines that reflect your passion. What is your passion, ladies and gentlemen? What do you like? What is it that you are trying to achieve? Okay. Being attentive to your thoughts, feelings, actions, clarity, focus, and your purpose. Okay. It aligns your belief and your admirations, right? Being intentional can stop living on a autopilot and choose you to have a meaningful life on your own terms, okay? Being your own boss, moving in the way that you need to move, okay? Being intentional is making choices that reflect your values, your beliefs. Living intentionally means taking control of your life and choosing to do things that have a positive effect on you. How many of y'all are doing things that has a positive effect or a positive that's in the community, or positivity that's in your inner circle, or positivity with your family and your friends or your children, on your job, in your church, right? So rather than letting your life pass you by on acting impulse, right? Being intentional means you consider what's best for you before making a decision. Let your best moves be your Let your moves be your best moves. Okay. So, since we were talking about four, and since we were talking about intentional, ladies and gentlemen, if you know the guest that I have for you tonight, baby, it's going down. Okay. So, since we're talking about being intentional, baby, I intentionally picked this featured guest tonight, baby, Mr. LeJohn Melson. Let me tell you about this brother, right? It's from Decatur, Georgia, Decatur where it's greater, right? Listen, he is a visual artist, playwright, director, set designer, and event coordinator. I told you, he bad, okay? He is also an educator in the DeKalb County schools. Shout out to baby, Atlanta owned baby, Decatur owned baby, okay? Listen, LeJohn have always had a passion for art and began to explore at the age of 5 years old, okay? After checking out every art book in his school, he started to drag his grandmother to the local library where he was able to learn several techniques through reading and visual cues, okay? LeJohn eventually started taking art classes, and his passion grew from there. In 2015, he started a drama program through his school in order to give children an opportunity to showcase their talents. Okay, the program has now grown, baby. He put on several performances from musical, fashion shows, The Wiz Jr., Willy Wonka Jr., Cinderella, and many more. LeJohn won. Did I say he won Employee of the Year in DeKalb County Schools in 2019. He also holds the position in this 2025 year, right, at his current school. He also won the Haiti Gallon Beat the Chain Award from the Mount Welcome Missionary Baptist Church, right? LeJohn also won the Difference Maker Award from DeKalb County School this current school year 2025. LeJohn prides himself on using his gifts to give back to the community. Ladies and gentlemen, start right now. I need you to put your hands together for Mr. LeJohn Melson. How you doing, King? I can't hear you.
Okay, they just I'm well. How you doing? Yes.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm feeling amazing. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm feeling wonderful. Listen, it's graduation season. Honey,
Yes.
I done did 3 graduations, baby. A wedding and a graduation party all in 1 week. So I'm feeling pretty fabulous.
Yes, same. I've been on these graduation caps. Everybody wanna style graduation caps, so I've been on them.
Wow. Listen, you know I'm gonna keep you in mind when I finish my grad program,
Oh
okay?
yeah,
So you
definitely,
go ahead and
definitely. Go ahead.
do a little
Go ahead.
thing
You got
for
the
me,
info at
okay?
the bottom. Yes.
Listen, thank you so much and welcome to the show. It's such an honor to have you. And just listen, when I was reading your bio, I said, ooh, this brother right here is bad to the bone, baby. Bad.
Yes, thank y'all so much for having me. This is amazing, and I'm just happy to be here. Yes.
Listen, when I tell you I have followed your work, I see I see what you do, brother. Listen, I'm up here looking at the artwork that's behind you.
Yeah. Yes, these are my two artwork on my two pieces. This is Shattered here, and this is I just call him Mike Check, but his name is Mike. Everybody has a name.
Okay. So how did you come up with your name for your pieces?
Honestly, just more so what I feel or what I'm thinking about in the moment. I try to make sure I put that energy into the paintings that I do, or the sets or whatever I'm building, whatever image comes to me. I try to make sure I fully explore it, make sure I get into it, and name it and everything is mine. Make it real
Got you,
personal.
got
Yes.
Listen now, and when you doing sets, honey, I see how you've been doing sets for Halloween and Christmas.
Oh
Tell us
yes.
about that.
Yes, so actually, so it's part of my drama department that I started back in 2015. It's now grown. I've left from the school that I started at, and I'm now at another school. and there's so many different people there that are helpful. And one of the guys there, Mr. McConnell, he's really, really great at building and doing like woodwork. And he comes
Okay.
in, he helps, and we've been working together. And we started off, it was just me, him, and another guy named Mr. Atwater. And it was just three guys, and we just literally tried to push it as much as we could. But everybody's been changing back and forth through, everything. And of course, but he's been staying beside me from the beginning. And yes, I appreciate him. But we've been able to do them at the school. I also work with the CAB Parks and Recreation. So we have events and different things for the community there as well. So I'm big humanitarian. I believe in giving back.
Oh, that is dope. When I tell you, like, this is why this platform, when I had the opportunity to share the platform with featured guests, it's to give back. It's to give back to the community. It's so many dope artists, so many creatives that's doing their thing, business owners, entrepreneurs, really doing amazing things. And you have no idea in the nicks and the crannies. You understand what I'm saying? That people are really giving back to the community. So this is why I share my platform, is to give back, because hey, I'm paying homage to those who, hey, opened up the doors and the windows for me. Okay. So that's a
Okay,
beautiful
yes.
thing.
Yes, we love it. And you know what, and the giving, the gift of giving keeps giving, so it's always good to make sure you're always, advocating for your community and doing things that are great, and God blesses us every time when we do.
Right. And I'm a big believer where if you're giving, you got to give with an open hand. So
Yeah.
that's just like if you have your fist ball tight, right? Nothing can get in, nothing can get out, right? So you open up your hands to release the blessing, but also once you release that blessing comes right back to you. So
Amen.
I'm
Yes.
big believer about that, and just loving on people. So how was it that you just decided to be a part of the school system? Like, I know how you've always done art since you were 5, but what made you want to work with children?
So it's interesting. So when I actually I was leaving middle school and found out that I could get a worker's permit for in order to work somewhere. And we knew people that were in the Department of Labor at the time. And I was able to get a job at age 14 at, I believe it was Gresham Park Recreation Center. It was my first job. And it was really, really nice. At first, I was just working with the food program as far as bringing the food in and, helping out. But then they eventually moved me into working with the lower age children. And I don't know, it just went from there. I've worked at community centers for all different groups of people. I've worked for the city of Decatur, Children and Youth Services. And from there, I just really, really wanted to give back. And I was doing a lot up in Dunwoody and like North Atlanta area. And I wanted to kind of make sure I gave back to my community. So I purposefully came back down to South DeKalb to make sure I was giving my gifts back to, the community that I came from.
You know what? That's amazing. And you know what? That goes back to never forget where you came from. So,
Amen.
how
Yes.
sometimes, it's so many babies, and I'm really big about linking arms with someone in the community, and we linking arms and we're moving forward together. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's being left behind, at all. Angela says that's awesome, just how you want to give back to the community and pay homage to those who paved the way for you. And so you coming back to DeKalb County, baby, to give
Yes,
your gift.
came right
That's
back. Yes.
that's
So it's been really rough. I mean, it has been rough on some days, but just being determined and making sure and just keep your eyes on the prize. My whole thing is to give back, like you said, with open hands. So as long as I'm doing that I'm satisfied. The children that I serve, they are amazing, and to see them grow. One of the children from my first department actually invited me to her graduation last school year, and she just
oh,
got she was just accepted into, oh my gosh, it's a dance school, Ailey. I can't remember the name of it, but
Mhm.
she just
Alan
got
Hay.
accepted. Yes, and she was accepted,
Yeah.
and she just went off there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. But to be able to see her graduate from high school, knowing that in fifth grade she was one of the, I was the first experience for her to do any type of performance, and just to see her grow and move forward, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I do keep in touch with her on social media, but it's refreshing and rewarding.
Listen, you know what? You can't ask for nothing better than that. When you getting gratification because of what you do and you putting your passion and your all, you giving it everything you got. Listen, that's where you'll just take off. You'll work harder and harder and harder because everything that you're doing is giving you gratification. It's exactly what you want to do. You're a man of purpose.
Yes, for sure. I feel like that's really important anyways. Like I tell people all the time, one of the most important things about being a man is to provide, but it's not always necessarily going to be financial. Sometimes you have to provide for what your community needs, and your community can be within your house or outside of your home as well. And just making sure you're there for the people who need you is very important.
Right. Absolutely. Well said.
Yes.
Well said. Listen, like it's not just about finances, but it's also about emotional instability support. Where our community as children, I'm from Southwest Atlanta, and it's so many different counties that you see children that they just left behind. But it takes a person like me, a person like you, to come back to the community and say, hey, listen, I got you. We link in arms. You're not going to be alone. We're going to keep moving forward together. So that's a beautiful thing. Absolutely a beautiful thing. And so I wanted to ask you more, like, how long how long does it take you to do one of your pieces, like the shattered piece? How long did it take for you
Oh,
to complete that?
maybe. So it just depends. So this one here was probably about 2 days. I probably worked on it for 5 hours, 4 hours on one day, and maybe two the next day just to finish up and like go back and gloss and everything. But it it just depends. I have a gift where I can see things that I want to create before they come to, and I kind of use that. I use that for my ability, to the best of my ability. So it doesn't take me long to paint what I already see on the canvas sometimes.
Wow, that's amazing. Because when you just said 5 hours, and I was like, okay, now I draw a little bit. I got a whole bunch of artists in my family. My daughter draws a little bit. I have a cousin that got accepted at SCAD, and she's in Kennesaw doing her thing. My uncle is a phenomenal artist. Okay, freehand, take a picture or just whatever his creative vision come up with.
Yes.
But listen, me drawing, it took, you know what? It took me quite some time to come up, where I was just doing a face and an image, but it took me weeks. So when you just said 4 or 5 hours, I was like, okay, brother, okay. I'm a little bit jealous because something that took you 4 or 5 hours that took me 2 weeks.
you know and it normally is pretty quick. I draw a lot of blueprints and things before I go forward. So even with building sets, like I'm planning to do Annie in December with my
Wow.
children, and we are currently raising money and getting everything together for the play now, and we're going to, with that, I've already drawn out exactly what my set is going to look like, what material I need,
Okay.
how we're going to, I have instruction on what to do step by step in order to make all of these things. And I do that for every single one of my plays. I always just make sure I draw out an entire blueprint because I know exactly what I need to do before I get there. So it's not hard to figure out what I want to buy or figure out exactly what material I need. I can set it up, set it out, time it, and it doesn't take long. Sometimes we don't start doing the actual set, like decorating the set until it might take him a month to build everything or 2 months to build everything, but it only takes me a week to decorate it and make it
Wow.
look like what it is. So he might build the wall structure, and
Okay.
I will actually put the stuff up and make it look like the actual brick wall. And that's how we work with each other. Yeah.
You know what? You bad. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I told you you bad. You bad, okay? Listen, honey, you doing it like that, LeJohn?
Yeah, we working it through, and everything is amazing. The children, I don't know if you got any of the clips or anything that if you saw them online, but they sing. I'm talking about they do an amazing job. And before it was just me. When I started, it was just me from
Uh-huh.
2015 until 2000 and then to 2020. And then
Right.
no, yeah, 2015 to 2020, it was just me. And then like I said, the Mr. McConnell came along with me, and then I've had many other people come through. But over time, I now have a group of about 10 people and about 15 to 20 volunteers that come in. The church supports me. My family supports me. The school supports me. There's so many people. I don't know if you know this, but in elementary school, they do not fund performing arts.
Really?
There's no, in elementary schools in DeKalb County, there isn't funding for performing arts really at the public schools. So they only have them at charter schools or theme schools that they actually have performing arts. So I started a program because in public schools, the kids come in elementary school, they don't have the talent, but they have the talent, but they don't have anywhere to express their talents or showcase them. So, and then when they get in middle school, by that time they've kind of fell into place with something else that really wasn't that didn't align with their dream. So I give them the opportunity to explore that now so they can figure out by the time they get to middle school, you're not going in as a newbie or a freshman. You already have that experience. You already
Right.
know what you want to do, and
Exactly.
you already have that confidence built, before you walk into that room. And I thought that was very important because in North DeKalb, they always make sure that they have performing arts and they have theater clubs and things
Mhm.
like that. So I was like, in South DeKalb, my baby's about to get the same thing. We about to turn up,
Right.
and I'm about to give them full Broadway everything.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Well, I tell you, I had no idea. I had no idea. Like, so basically, it's like you're funding or either have some type of sponsorship just so these babies can grow and thrive.
Yes, I had to write sponsorship letters. I've had to reach out for
Wow.
vendors. I searched for my supplies. I purchase the rights for the play sometimes. I purchase the script so that I'm able to distribute it. This year was the first year I didn't have to actually purchase rights because, like I said, we've been growing. Our PTA has been phenomenal this year. We were able to actually get a little bit more support for my banquet and for the play. I enjoyed this year. It was really, really great. I know Annie is about to, y'all just look out for the flyers. Okay, the flyers will come,
Oh
and Annie
yeah.
is about to take off. So I've now gotten to a point where I have the funding coming in, so I can kind of let go of some of the things and some of the things I've been having to do as far as looking for so much funding and getting donations from people. And I mean, it's amazing. The parents are on board. Before I was doing sound, mics, lights. We were doing everything, and I have parents that come in now and they participate. They help out. I'm actually moving out of my school's cafeteria because my first play had about 400. Back when I first got to the new school in 2020, I had about 400 people happen. The pandemic had just kind of hit us. So we were recuperating. Oh no,
Right.
2021. I'm sorry, is when it was. So that first play, it was kind of. I'm like, okay, 400. Well, not current, the one I just had in December, I had over 700 people in there, and it was packed. The school district and a few of the other code enforcement actually recommended me to move my plays out and go to an actual auditorium. So I will now
Mhm.
have to start going to the high school to do the plays because of the amount of traffic that's coming in to see these babies perform.
Wow. Listen, fist bump. That's what my grandbaby say. Fist bump, fist bump. Listen, brother. Listen, Angela said you bad. I'm telling you, bad to the bone. Listen,
Yes,
brother, I
thank you.
salute you. You did that. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Eventually it'll
Listen,
be a nonprofit and I'm giving to the whole community. I want to actually move it forward. I feel like
right.
at the school it's great. I'm giving back to the community around the school, but I do want to push forward for a nonprofit so that I can service the entire community as a whole and get people from other areas as well. So it won't just be as exclusive as it's been so far.
Listen, I can't wait. I'm excited. Listen, whatever play you putting on, I want to come. I want to see. I want to see you in action. I want to
Oh,
see the
I'm sending you a
baby.
ticket. I'm
Listen,
sending the ticket.
send
I
my
got you.
ticket
Front
on
row
this way.
VIP. VIP seats. I got you.
Absolutely. When I tell you anything that ShonGee Enterprises, Wine La Vie can do to support you, help you, promote you, listen, get the word out. Listen, I'm all for it. Hands down. I'm here for you, brother. I'm
Yes, thank
here.
y'all
I'm
so
here.
much. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you so humble. Like you humble and you really, really love these babies.
Yes,
Like they are so blessed to even have someone, an educator like you that's just loving on them, pouring into them, just uplifting them and giving them like a phenomenal experience of performing arts.
yes, thank you. And and do I don't know if you can see this, but those my babies on the back of my phone on the screensaver,
Oh,
and that's my staff down here. But
oh,
yes,
look
I
at the
make sure.
face.
Yes,
Oh,
they
that's
get awards
beautiful.
for best actor, best actress. I make sure I boost them to the T. They walk it. I can't, I'm not gonna call my baby's name out, but one of my babies, she came in, she was a little I don't know, everybody talked about how timid she was. She didn't really talk. This is her
Mhm.
first year, she wanted to be stage crew. Said, baby, they don't fit you. I can see your personality. Second year,
Mhm.
she was Ada Pearl, the feel good girl in
Okay.
the Wiz. This
Yes.
year, she was Mrs. TV, so she was able to play a supporting role. And she went from I don't like to talk to I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm acting, I'm everything. Her mother has been proud of her. I'm proud of her. I am just everybody, even my team. I think my team, the adults that work with me, and I don't like to
Wow.
say under me. I know that I am the director of the program, but I just like to say with because we're all adding something to the
Right.
program
A
together.
team. A
So yes,
team.
as a matter of fact,
Right.
one of them just joined on for me. But yes, they are amazing as well. And even from the beginning, they're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. And it's like now, no questions asked. Everybody's moving, everybody's putting in, everybody's doing their part, and the kids are doing great. And we come and they get awards. They actually gave me an award this year for the my team did. They gave me a plaque. It was so nice.
Wow.
I don't know if you
That's
can,
amazing. Oh, look at that.
yes,
LJ Melson.
it was so
Oh,
nice.
that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And the
Congratulations. Your
trophies
team,
everywhere at this
the
point.
babies, listen, they love you. Like your heart is so big for these babies.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Anything for them and anything for anybody. I'm just here. I'm here to help and here to serve, and I feel like that's my calling.
You know what? And that's what it's about. It's about servitude,
Yes,
giving back, pouring into someone else's love tank. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yes.
while you pouring in someone else's love tank, what do you do as far as pouring into your own love tank to keep you able to keep going and going and going for these babies?
So honestly, I am trying to work a balance of it, being honest.
Okay.
I am a giver, and by heart I give to people the most. I love to shop, buy myself things, and also my art is my passion, and even though I use it to give back, I do things that are in the best interest of the children. So when I get home and I'm able to paint Shattered or Mic Check, or my girl Sierra, let me see, I don't know, she's kind of big, but that's Sierra right here.
Oh, cute. Oh, I love it.
That's what relaxes
Yes.
me.
Yes. Let's go, LeJohn. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Thank you, thank you. I try to paint, and that's what relaxes me. That brings me joy, and and also just keeping up with my fashion, my friends. I I take care of myself, but after when I get what once my cup is overflowing, I make sure that it spills over in somebody else's cup, and I don't just waste it.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And you know what? That's a good analogy. Like, work-life balance, you have to be able to balance it out. You have so much going on, but at the end of the day, guess what? Your cup needs to be filled too. So a lot of people, being a giver, and me, I'm a giver. My number one spiritual gift is compassion. Giver, perceiver, right? My three spiritual gifts. And being a compassionate person or being a giver, sometimes we get taken advantage of, right? And so when we get taken
Yes.
advantage of, how do you guard yourself to keep that work life balance, to make sure that nobody's taking advantage of you, but you still doing what you love and you still being, harmonious. So how do you guard yourself?
Honestly, in the position that I'm in, it's kind of hard. So with me wanting to put guards up, sometimes even though people are doing things to me, it affects the children overall. If I decide I don't want to, do the program anymore at this location, or if I decide that I'm not going to give it 100% this year because of whatever's going on, it affects the kids. So I try my best to just still push forward regardless of what's going on, and also I stay prayed up. I've never had to get down and get
Yeah,
dirty under the nails. I've never had to, get down in
yeah.
the dirt or anything, because when people do bad things to me, God normally takes care of it for me. So I put my hands up. I let him do what he's gonna do, and as you see, I have a slew of trophies sitting over here, all from just this year and in other years that have passed. I pushed through, and God makes sure he be right behind me. Like, come on, where we going now? Where we going? I don't have to. I don't really. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. I let him take care of it for me.
And you know what? That's what we need to do. Like he fights all of our battles, right?
Yes.
And so that's good. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. Like, brother, I'm like thrown back because I'm like, this brother's so bad.
Thank
This brother's so
you.
bad. Tyler Perry, where you at? Where you at, Tyler Perry? Because you
Look,
need you
look,
need to
look.
get this brother on your team, baby.
Yes, I mean, and even now, I can't wait. So eventually, y'all tag him. Please, somebody tag him.
Right, right,
I
right.
got free
And
ticket.
I have had the opportunity, when I say I love what I do, Lee John, like I've had the opportunity to interview and have some featured guests that have been mind blowing, just doing some beautiful, beautiful, amazing things. Like I done met Drew Garrett out of California. He's a film director. Now you talking about I'm meeting
Yeah.
you. Listen, you doing stage plays, doing sets and fashion shows, baby. Then you drawing and you painting. Listen, gifted, gifted.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is
Listen,
amazing. I really am enjoying being here. This is great.
yes, I told you it was gonna be a whole lot of fun. I told you, I was like, listen, we just go enjoy the moment. We go, hey, talk, conversate, baby, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But listen, this your first, but it won't be your last. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so when you get big and you get Tyler Perry status, don't forget about ShonGee, okay?
I'm not. Don't let me forget. If I try to act like I forget, just send me an email. Be like, sir, let me send you a clip of this video. Don't forget that you was here first.
Right, that part right there. Okay, listen,
Yes.
honey, because I want to be the one to interview. Listen, when you're on the red carpet and everything like that, and when you getting your awards, and when you at the film festivals, and honey, I want to be right there with you. Okay.
Yes. And I'm definitely going to be calling you. I'm going to be bringing you. Matter of fact, we coming together.
That's right. That's right. I like that. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. So, what will you tell a young artist or a young entrepreneur, especially with you working with children, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell, or pour into the babies that want to get out and have a business or want to do something creative, but they have the fear? They're apprehensive about if they should do it or they shouldn't. What nuggets would you drop for the babies?
Honestly, just go for it. I tell everyone, come up with the idea, come up with the concept,
Right.
and just go for it from there, because you can't do anything but grow. Especially when you're first planting your seed. So just go and have faith, and just always make sure to stay determined, motivated, just keep moving forward, and anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Okay. Anything. Okay. And it's so crazy because when you were mentioning about one of your babies that wanted to be behind the scenes and everything like that, I kind of chuckled because I've always been that person. Like, I'm behind the scenes. I don't need to be in the front. I'm gonna stay behind, but here it is. Look at me now, right? Like I'm
Right.
up
Yeah.
front. I'm doing my thing. I enjoy what I'm doing. So yes, having the faith of a mustard seed, it can take you so very far. So very far. So that's definitely some good nuggets that you just dropped right there. Listen,
Yes.
so what's next? What's next for you?
So next, right now I'm just planning for Annie. Like I said, I'm planning for the children. I'm right now I'm also planning for a special needs summer camp for children who have exceptionalities, who are neurodivergent, or if they have disabilities. Our therapeutics department is setting up leisure activities, sports, and all just different type of recreational activities for them. And we are pushing that right now for the summer, and then in coming back after that, I'll be working on Annie, and I'm thinking dinner theater is what I'm trying to do. Dinner theater, and also a full show as well.
Oh, listen, you already got your plan. You already got, hey, write the vision, make it plain. That's what he say, right?
Yeah, write it and make it plain. I still got my first business plan that I did for this in 2012. I still have it. I didn't start till 2015.
Wow. And you see, you got to write it down and you got to keep it before you. I'm a sticky girl. Listen, I got stickies everywhere. Okay. Stickies everywhere. Stickies on my refrigerator, stickies on my mirror, stickies in the car, stickies in my office, everywhere. Sticky. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to write it down. Write it down, and that's the only way I'm gonna remember it. If it's in my face, I might have to put it on the computer screen so I'll open it up and see it later. Yeah.
Listen, and it's so
Yeah.
crazy because when I'm writing everything down, and so I'm checking it off. Or I'm like, okay, I can throw this away now. Okay, I done that. So that is so good that you are strategic. And I talked about being intentional. And I said, having you on the Wine La Vie podcast was intentional. Okay. Intentional. Okay. So what better to open up with season 4, baby, with LeJohn Melson. Okay. Season 4.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited because being a creative and just loving what I do, loving what you do, listen, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. So when I talk about it takes a lot, and I know how you talk about your team, right? Mm-hmm. So how important is it to network?
Oh, it is very important. Honestly, it is the only way to grow. If you ask me, you can go out and you can try to pull customers or just try to just pass out flyers individually. But when you network, it always just networking is one flyer bringing 50 people versus one flyer potentially bringing one person, you know, or bringing 100 people. I think it's very, very important to network. I partner with other churches. I partner with other schools. I partner with, matter of fact, the sound system, the sound children that we'll have next year are from our local high school. And they are going to be working with us because I've now partnered with the people at the high school as well. So I'm and it's big. So once you grow, like I said, I went from 300-400 people to now 700 or something, almost 800 people. And I don't even know how I'm going to accommodate for space in the future. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to have to do 2 shows because all of the auditoriums only hold 700 people. And I'm projecting at least, maybe I'm hoping at least 900 to 1,000 show up this year.
Listen, you already done put that thing out there in the atmosphere, baby.
Yes.
Those people, they go come like droves, baby. Yes. Everybody come see the plays, okay? And you know what? And let's go ahead and put something else out there. Instead of it being 1,000, let's do 1,500.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes, 1,500. We're gonna have to do 3 shows.
And that's okay, you know, because the word of mouth is everything. Word of mouth is completely everything. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Jukebox, he said, Mr. Melson, my man child, you're awesome. Okay?
That's my mom. You knew she was gonna jump on it. My mom. That's my mama. She was coming.
Yes. Hi, mama. Your son is completely awesome. Okay, he's doing some phenomenal things. So shout out to you and shout out to Dad for making this young man, how creative he is, how dynamic he is, and very, very intentional and strategic. Okay, so I like that. You stay that way. Stay humble. Listen, when you do what you love, the money, you don't do it for the money. The money will come, right? Yes. You do it for the glory. You understand what I'm saying? And to make sure that those babies got smiles on their face. You know, it's a beautiful thing what you're doing. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Listen, your mom says she's very proud of you. Definitely. I'm proud of him too, mama.
Oh, I see it at the bottom. Yes.
Yes, listen, you have some supporters, honey, that's like, hey, listen, I love it. He dope. He's amazing. Yes. So you keep doing your thing. How can the community get in contact with you? How can they follow you?
They can follow me on Instagram at the color spectrum _LJ. Also, if you're inquiring about plays, I'm always looking for volunteers, people who are willing to donate either time or really anything. Honestly, y'all, if y'all just want to help out, please come. We appreciate you. You can email me at LeJohn.Melson@gmail.com to get in contact with me. You can also find me on Facebook. All my information is down here at the bottom.
Okay, listen, honey, doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you he was bad, baby. Intentional, okay? Listen, you got to be intentional about your business. You got to be intentional about the people that surround you in your circle. You got to be intentional with everything you do. Be intentional on your job. Be intentional when you're creating your artwork, your pieces,
Yeah.
okay? Be intentional. And I cannot stress that enough. 2025, LeJohn, I said, you know what? I got to be intentional. If
Yeah.
I want God to do something for me, I need to put in the work, right? So I got to be intentional. If I want to elevate, I got to be intentional, right? And brother, you have been intentional. The work shows exactly what you've been doing.
Yes, and keep doing what you're doing. I promise you, everybody. And that's the other thing I do tell my children. Life is what you make it.
That's right.
Life is
That's
what you
right.
make it. And like
That's
you say,
right.
if you're intentional with the things that you do, you know exactly where you're going. And yes, there
Right.
may be curveballs, but if you stick to what you want and stick to your plan and you stay intentional, you will always end up at your destination.
That's right.
Every
That's
single
right.
time. Just follow the GPS, baby. Follow the GPS. Don't be trying to
Right,
be
right, right.
no backstreet shorty. Follow the GPS, okay?
Right. No deviate.
None of that. Put the map quest away, get the GPS going, and just make sure you're paying attention. Cut the music down so you can see better.
Right. That part right there. That part right there. And you know what, Lee John, it takes a village, right? Just like how you are a part of your baby's village, you're a part of the school system village, you're a part of the teachers and the educators that's working with you, the staff that's working with you, right? So it's a village, right? So who is your most influential part of your village that has helped to mold you and to create you to be the man that you are and the educator that you are?
Oh, I actually have a personal and a professional answer. Um,
Okay.
Personally, I would say my mom. My
Okay.
mom is very energetic. She has always been big. Did I grew, let me say, growing up, I did teach myself art for the most part,
Right.
and I did push forward to make sure I could do. But while creating, and when I expressed to my mom what I want to do, she's like, "Go do it. If you think you're gonna do it, go do it. I believe you're gonna do it." And I'm like, "Okay,
Right.
you got give me something more than that." But she just really motivated me through just her words and making sure that I was knowing that I was able to do these things that I wanted to do. Professionally, it's Keisha Smikle. She was the principal at my first school.
Okay.
I came there and I'm like, and she's like, what's bringing you down here to South DeKalb from up in the area that you were up in? What was it, City of Decatur at the time? And I was like, it's
Mm-hmm.
very diverse, but I want to give back to the children that look like me, that are growing up in the same areas I grew up in. And
Right.
we just had that talk during my interview. She hired me. I came to the school and I walked through the school and I'm like, oh, the first year I was there, I was like, why don't we have a anything performing arts here? We only have Spanish. We only
Mm-hmm.
have we have a art class, of course, and PE. But I'm like, what about extracurriculars? What are the kids doing for extracurriculars? At the time, DeKalb County
Mm-hmm.
did not fund extracurriculars at all. There weren't sports either. So I was like, oh, like I just kept talking about how it was important. And she's like, if you want a change, be the change. Come
Mm,
up with something. And those
mm.
words stuck with me. And after we had that conversation, she allowed me, she actually helped me figure out what I could do in order to start my drama department. She helped make sure I got microphones. She worked with the PTA at the school, and she literally set me up with equipment and everything to make sure that I was successful with what I was planning to do. And I showed out that first year, and I could never forget her for anything, because she was a big motivation with my drama department. Just specifically, she, without her talking to me and having that conversation, I don't think I would have pushed forward. I probably would have just kept lollygagging on, or maybe found something else to do. But when she told me, if you want to change, be it.
Mm.
Okay. And now I just got the award. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I showed this to you.
Okay, let's see.
Let me see. So many different things. So this is my award that I just got on my Hattie Gallon, the Hattie Gallon Be the Change Award here.
Yes,
So
look
she
at
told me to be the change,
you.
and literally that's what I went to go and do.
That's
And
beautiful.
this is my plaque from the county for Employee of the Year
Mm.
at Bob Mathis. Yes. And these were all this year. All of these just happened within this
Come
past
on,
year.
yes.
And this is another one I just got from the school too. Another plaque. Yes, and I have a few that I got from Canby Lane as well. When I say stuff all over in here, I wish I could just get up and show you everything. There's so many different things. I have posters from plays. I have flyers, old flyers from paint parties and murals. I have leftover canvases for my kids. Different cards that I got. Matter of fact, just from kids, and they write me all type of stuff. I keep it. I keep everything
You know
in here.
what? And so that's just like you have your own shadow box
Yes.
around you. So that's what's keeping you to never forget how hard what you had to do to get there, the hard work, the dedication. So that's the beautiful thing, keeping your shadow box,
Yeah.
around you. Absolutely phenomenal. So listen, now, when we go connect and collaborate, honey, so we can do this sip and paint, because I believe I want to do a sip and paint live.
Oh yeah, definitely we can. I do I paint I draw the outline on canvases. I also do regular
Okay.
canvases. People can get them, so we could talk about that for sure.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I love putting on events, and baby, I always wanted to do that. I said, you know what? I said we need to have a live podcast show where we doing a sip and paint. So
Yes,
I
I
think that
love
would
that.
be dope, real dope,
Yes, we can talk
different
about
and
it for
dope.
sure. Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
Brain already just got a couple of ideas for you.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Yes,
go. Absolutely.
for sure. Yes,
Listen, honey, I have had a good time, a great time, phenomenal time with
yes,
you. So,
likewise.
you know what? It's almost that time for me. So, listen, you got your glass, because, honey, we gonna toast this thing, baby.
Me and that glass we've been friends this whole meeting. Hold on one second. We've been over here being friends the whole time.
That's all right. I've been friends with mine, honey. Listen, I said, woo, I said, this a good one, honey. At first, I thought I was
Yes.
having a hot flash.
Right. I said, what's going on? Somebody cut the heat on. This number two, but cheers.
So, listen, it has absolutely been a pleasure. It has been an honor. It's been amazing. Anything that ShonGee Enterprises, Wine La Vie can do for you, LeJohn, for your babies, to support you, promote you, volunteer, whatever you need me, I'm there. Have my ticket ready, Tyler Perry. Listen, let's call me Tyler Perry so we can.
Yes.
I'm his manager. Okay, call me so we can do some business. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. You just joined. Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, I got the dynamic LeJohn Melson in the building, baby. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. I am so excited and I cannot wait to see what's next for you. So I'm gonna be there at that Annie play. I can't wait. I love
Yes.
Annie. I still watch Annie. Okay.
Yes.
So I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much for having me. This was amazing.
Listen, I am your girl, Keisha ShonGee Johnson, baby. If you are interested on being on the Wine La Vie podcast, you can reach me at ShonGee Enterprises LLC at gmail.com. That's ShonGeeEntreprises at gmail.com. Okay. I would love to have you on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got LeJohn Melson, baby. He gonna continue to keep doing great things. Until the next time. Ciao.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Cheers.